And I told you niggas that niggas was gonna tell. Well, boy, wasn't that the motherfucking statement of the century? Yeah, they said the truth will set you free, ain't it? The truth will set you free, huh? I told you niggas that rats and snakes hang together. Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all this? Yeah, please. We got 4,000 people up in here that want to know. My live ain't usually got 4,000 people in it because the people want to know.
They want to know the truth.
The pastor must give us a sermon about these snakes slithering and squirming.
They want to know.
So my brother them can go to trial. I ain't even focused on nothing but I'm just focused on my family. Y'all look at him as an artist, but he's a human. Like, he have feelings. And I'm like, yeah, Jeff, you know they got going around on the internet. He was like, for real? And I was like, yeah. But you know, we know these people personally, so I don't gotta do all that on the internet. This right here, what we going through, is a eye-opener. Well, not me. My brother had to see through those people. So when he get out, it's gonna be dead docket. Y'all, I ain't no coming back around us. No, stop saying YSL, stop screaming it. I don't care if you sign or not. Just go on. We ain't with you. That's word from my brother and me.
What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter, and a lot of people kept asking me, Truth, you gotta take Gunna to the board. It's all kind of shit going on, all kind of rumors, people acting like shit is the truth. Can you break this down for us, kind of give us a real opinion on it? Tell us what you think about it. We know you didn't look at the case, and I sure have the study in this case. You know, everybody got their own opinions on this shit. They gonna tell, they gonna eat the cheese. I'm not sure, but we're going to break this down. I'm going to kind of tell you what happened. I'm going to give you a little bit of background. Then I'm going to kind of give you my opinion on the situation. Because my opinion on the situation really ain't that different than yours. Because I do feel like it's some off-back shit involved in this case. I wouldn't necessarily say snitching. But I don't think Young Thug interest was put in the best, in my opinion, if it was Gunna. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, we all know Young Thug, okay? You know Young Thug, big famous rapper. You know him. And Gunna, okay? These guys are on a case. They was hit with the Rico. Excuse me for this. I got to go get a dry marker, boy. So excuse me for the noise. The difference with this Rico is, this ain't an FBI Rico. This is state Rico. So this is not an FBI Rico. This is a state Rico, which is code word for, what kind of hell is that? What the hell is that? We ain't never heard of that shit. This some freaky weird shit y'all doing to kind of lock their brother up. Cool, we got it. Not saying that he ain't deserve it. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but this was freaky. We ain't never really heard of this shit. We always thought Ricos was like some federal shit, but hey, who am I? But okay, the police is alleging Young Thug, Gunna, 28 people. It's part of this YSL street gang. Okay? Now Thug, for a while, been saying this is not a street gang. That's what Thug been saying. But these 28 people, rappers involved, rappers and regular street people, okay, are all involved in this indictment. They all get locked up. We all see this. Police put this shit all on the news. Everybody get to see it. Young Thug locked up for all kind of shit. They got him on gun charges. He locked up for gun charges, racketeering, man, all kind of shit, you know, in this indictment. This indictment got murders, attempted murders. Man, this indictment got all kind of shit. If I'm not mistaken, he was hit with like 60, 70 charges or some shit like that, okay? So they hit him with a lot of charges. Okay? Now you gotta remember, everybody go get their own lawyers and shit like that. Gunna go get the lawyer that T.I. had. He go get T.I. old lawyer, okay? Gunna go get T.I. old lawyer. Truth, what the hell did that got to do with anything? Truth, you all in them people business. You all damn. Truth, you all in them people business. What the hell that got to do with that? Okay, he go get T.I. lawyer. T.I. lawyer is the guy who did that weirdo shit with T.I. to get him out the crimes. You remember we all saying T.I. was snitching and shit? T.I. lawyer is the same lawyer that came up with a plan to get T.I. off if we do some police shit, okay? So this lawyer is known for doing weird police shit, okay? Weird police shit, this lawyer, in case people don't know that, okay? So now shit is starting to come together, okay? That's why I said we're not sure if Gunna just, we're going to get there. So now we seeing this is all happening. Eventually everybody starts saying, man, these motherfuckers finna go down. You know, it's beef shit going on between Young Thug and YFN Lucci. Okay? Police saying there's people being killed. It's threats popping off in the gangs, inside the jails, and all kind of shit, right? So this shit is getting deep. All of a sudden, Gunna gets a get out of jail free card. Ain't no trial, ain't no court, ain't no cross-examination, ain't no lawyer, ain't no prosecutor, ain't no bailiff, ain't none of that shit. He just broke a deal, get to walk on up out of there. That was kind of fishy. But come to find out, Gunna brokers a deal that they call the famous Alford. Okay? Now, it is people who have did this before. If you go on YouTube and Google, it's a few people who have did the Alford agreement, but this is kind of historical. Okay? This shit is historical because they did this on the Rico. Okay? So he pulled that Alford plea, which means, you know, he's going to be guilty. Oh, I spelled that wrong. He's going to be guilty, okay, but still maintain his innocence, okay? So he going to be guilty, but still maintain his innocence. He don't have to, you know what I'm saying, his paperwork not going to be used against Young Thug. He don't got to cooperate against Young Thug. He don't got to make no statements against Young Thug. But he's going to be guilty without maintaining, and he can still maintain his innocence. It's kind of like a no contest, okay? And some of y'all that's been in jail a lot and been criminals and lifetime criminals, you know what no contest means. So it's kind of like that, but it's not that. But that's what he's doing. So basically he's going to be guilty, but still maintain his innocence. He was given 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. 5 years. He been locked up for about a year. They ran it, did all that shit, did this, did that, and he was able to go home. He was released. Okay? That's the thing right there. Okay? Now, in my opinion, because I wouldn't. Okay? I wouldn't. But in order to get this deal, you know, this came here. In order to get this type of historical deal to just walk out of a fucking Rico case, that meant that Gunna must have spent hours talking to them people, okay? Hours talking to them people, okay? He must have spent hours talking to them people, all right? In order to come up with this deal. This ain't just like your lawyer can write this deal up and they say, okay. You know, they got to say, this is what we want to do. Then they say, no, we're okay, how about this? And then he say, how about this? Then the lawyer say, how about this? Then the police say, how about this? Then the lawyer say, how about this? And then they come up with a deal. You get what I'm saying? So he hasn't been talking to them people for hours to come up with this kind of deal. The next thing that we notice is, you know, the founder of YSL, he ends up working out a plea agreement. So the founder works out a plea too, okay? So him and Gunna are working out plea deals, which means hours of time of talking with them people. We heard rumors of cooperating. Now, whether you want to call it how you want to call it, not saying he telling, he snitching, however the fuck you want to tell it, this is called cooperation, okay? This is cooperating, okay? It just is what it is. I don't know if this is telling her, you got to be the one to tell me. But this is clearly cooperating with him, okay? Even though his statements are not going to be used against Young Thug, we all heard it. We all seen it. Just like the potential juror seen it. Just like a potential judge seen it. And not saying that his statements are not going to be used against him, but some of that shit is going to be used. Don't let them fool you like that. Some of that shit going to be used. You heard the judge saying, ain't this a game? Ain't this what this was? And he's like, yeah. Ain't this what this... Don't be a fool. Some of that shit going to be used. But they probably not going to use you to stand on trial or anything against him. So he works out this Alford agreement. This the thing that's a problem to me. Young Thug has spent a lot of money on lawyers. Okay? He spent a lot of money on lawyers to prove that YSL is not a game. Okay? Spent a lot of money to prove YSL is not a game. For that time he been locked up, he been telling this judge and every motherfucker who can listen, he don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Okay? You feel? I hope y'all follow me. Take me out, follow me. For all this time he been locked up, he been telling this judge and anybody can listen, he don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. This ain't no gang. I'm helping out the community. He got kids coming up there talking for him and all kind of shit. He don't know what y'all talking about. Why y'all trying to railroad him? He just innocent man for the people. All of a sudden, Gunna says, you do know what they talking about. This is a gang. And we was in the car. And when they found drugs and the gun and shit in the car, you know it wasn't mine. We the only two in the car, and it ain't mine. Now, what is that? That might not be a snitch, but it's kind of like messy. Look, it ain't mine, but we in the car. Cool, take your own weight. I get that. Take your own weight, shark on land, take your own weight. But I'm just saying, it's just a little fishy at that moment. So Gunna says, you do know what they're talking about. This is a game. So now his lawyers have to come back and say, man, I don't know what Gunna's talking about. This ain't no game. But Gunna is close to him. This is his homie. This is who put him on in the game. That's a powerful statement. Now they this close. Look, they're this close to looking Thug in the face saying, you are a motherfucking lie. Thug, you are a motherfucking lie. Your friend said this is a game. What more proof do we need than your friend said this? You are a motherfucking lie. Okay? That is bad because now you can attach the Rico to this and really lock it in now because you got proof that it's a game. You got proof that this is a game. You just got to understand that kind of hurt. You know, I think that hurt Young Thug. But at the end of the day, Gunna has the right to save himself. Okay? And that's exactly what he did. Okay? I don't know if he did it maliciously. Sometimes the lawyers come up with this shit. These lawyers be so high priced, they be smart. They know how to, look, you gotta understand, when you pay a lawyer to get you out of jail, he gonna show you how to get you out of jail. Now, you gotta be the one to say, I don't want to get out the jail like that, you know? Everybody know about the Alford plea agreement. Bobby Smurda knew about it. Rowdy Rebel knew about it. Everybody knew about it. They just don't take that shit because that throws people under the bus. The Alford is something you do when you on a case that's solo. Or you on there with maybe a couple people. You don't do that shit when it's 28 people. Because when you do that shit, you know what I'm saying, you get a state proof. You basically verify what the state was saying. This a gang. Y'all was around guns and drugs. And if it ain't true, it's Jeffrey. You know? That shit should have been about you in that courtroom. When that videotape leaked, that should have been about your deal, you breaking the deal. Thug's name should have never came up in that courtroom. That kind of feels a little bit, you know, backhand in my opinion. But you know, this is what it is at the end of the day. I think Gunna got in that room. In my opinion, Gunna got in that room and they told Gunna, look, you know, buddy ass finna go down for a little minute. His ass going down. We've been watching his ass since 2015. They say they've been watching him since 2015. Y'all acting like y'all don't remember. Young Thug, look. Young Thug and Lil Wayne had beef. Stop acting like Young Thug and Lil Wayne ain't had beef. Stop acting like Lil Wayne tour bus wasn't shot up. Stop acting like Lil Wayne tour bus wasn't shot up by a Young Thug manager. Stop acting like that. Stop acting like his manager ain't go to prison. Stop acting like when his manager got out of prison, he didn't get back with Young Thug. Stop acting like that he went only was he with Young Thug. He is actually on this Rico case too. So, you know, the police been watching them. You know, all this love Birdman talking about he got for Lil Wayne. Birdman, your ass end up signing Young Thug. Okay? You sign Young Thug. You feel me? So Birdman, you gotta watch him too. Backdoor shit. Birdman, watch him. Birdman got some dealings with NBA YoungBoy, Lil Durk. You gotta watch out for this nigga right here. Watch out for him. Back door. Watch out for him. Another thing I'm gonna say about this shit, you gotta just follow this shit. You feel me? Birdman and Young Thug Cool, Young Thug manager try to kill Birdman. And don't act like y'all ain't see that video on YouTube when Birdman and them peoples was throwing bottles at Lil Wayne. They was throwing bottles at Lil Wayne, trying to hurt Lil Wayne. Don't act like y'all ain't see that shit. Then don't act like Young Thug enemy YFE and Lucci. Don't act like y'all don't see his enemy YFE and Lucci was fucking with Lil Wayne's daughter. Okay? Y'all see how wicked this shit getting? Now y'all see how crazy and wicked this shit starting to get? Yeah, this shit getting wicked. But in my opinion, I don't know if he snitched. I can't tell you that the man snitched. That's very strong to say. You know, but I'm going to tell you, you feel me? It was something very cheesy about this, okay? It was something very cheesy about this, all right? You know, if he to the point where he want to take up for himself, it is what it is. But he gonna have to watch this because YSL welcomed him back. I seen it on Instagram. YSL had welcomed Gunna back. That just felt a little bit. When they welcomed back, that felt a little bit. That felt a little bit backdoors. Especially when Young Thug's sister, okay? Young Thug's sister went off. She kind of stepped that she thought this was telling. So, we gonna follow this, you know what I'm saying? Young Thug had a court date, you know. Boosie said it, man. You know, when you get 28 eggs in the basket, you can't expect none not to crack. You feel me? I thought that was a strong statement. I'm not here to stump Gunna stamp. He snitched. He told on people. I can't give you that. If that's what you're looking for, I can't give you that. But when I look at all this information right here, you know, it looks like he cooperated with them. He did cooperate with them. He looked out for himself. He looked out for his own well-being. He didn't look out for Young Thug well-being. You got to understand, you agreed to a case that Young Thug don't know what the fuck you talking about. You feel me? I agree, Your Honor. I did this. I did that. I didn't mean to do this. Yeah, y'all got me on that. I agree with that. It's hard to agree on the plea deal when the other person don't agree on that shit. See, you telling on something that Young Thug don't know what the fuck you talking about. You know, when Young Thug go talk to the judge, he goes, I don't know what he talking about. I ain't in no gang. I wasn't no gun man, wasn't no weed man. I don't know what he talking about. He knew some shit was a gang. Where was he at? You know, now you put Thug in that position when you did that. Now you finna force Young Thug to have to take a plea. You're gonna have to force him to take a deal, or force him to have to go to fucking trial now. You know, when you did that, you know, I'm pretty sure Thug seemed like a dude who's not gonna throw it out on the open. But his sister spoke for him. His sister didn't just wake up in the morning and say, I'm gonna come on the internet and say this shit and act like Thug told me this shit here. She clearly spoke with Thug, you know. They know what happened. They seen what happened. If I was Gunna, I'd be very careful out here, you know. It's a lot of snake shit out here, a lot of backdoor shit out here. But this ain't none of our business. It's a lot of regular people mad as hell about this. A lot of regular people mad as hell posting about this. They want to get, you know, they want to start a big ass protest about this because Gunna is home. I'm going to tell you something, though. This ain't none of our business, which is the truth. And to tell you the truth, your cousin been telling them motherfuckers every day. You ain't did nothing about that. You still let him stay at your crib. You feed him every day. Your brother telling them motherfucker, your baby daddy done told on half the neighborhood. You still land up in the bed with him. So don't be mad at Gunna because he telling. This shit get crazy out here, you know. But subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate all the love. It's the homie Truth.